I'm Becky Brower, and I'm a Sendy mom. You're listening to the Sendy Mom Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the Sendy Mom Podcast, where we celebrate the courage of women who dare to try something new, push through challenges, and inspire us all to live boldly. I'm Becky Brower, and today I am honored to spotlight an extraordinary woman whose life story is a testament to the strength of the human spirit. My sister Emily McKinney asked me to spotlight Yeonmi Park after reading her book, In Order to Live. So I started it yesterday morning and finished it this morning. Her story is gripping. Yeonmi Park is a North Korean defector, human rights advocate, and author whose journey from oppression to freedom reminds us that even at our darkest moments, we can be propelled to our greatest triumphs. So Yeonmi Park was born in 1993 in Haesan, North Korea, under one of the most oppressive regimes in modern history. Life in North Korea was marked by fear, hunger, and a constant struggle for survival. It's incredible to me that people are still living like this. So her father was in prison for trading goods on the black market, leaving Yeonmi and her mother to fend for themselves, along with her sister. In her book, In Order to Live, she tells when she was 8 years old and her sister 9, their mother had to leave them to go help her husband and had to leave the girls behind to pretty much fend for themselves. She left them with a little bit of money to buy food, which they immediately spent on sweets, and had nothing to survive on for the next few months while their mother was gone. They basically survived on the generosity of neighbors and were highly malnourished. In 2007, at the age of 13, Yeonmi and her mother made the perilous decision to escape to China. Her sister had escaped the day before, but they were not reunited until years later. Eventually, her father escaped as well, only to die in China from colon cancer. Their journey was fraught with unimaginable hardship. They crossed the frozen Yalu River only to fall into the hands of human traffickers. Naive to the world, they did not realize their rescuers were also their captors. Yeonmi's mother sacrificed herself to be raped in place of her daughter as soon as they entered China. Despite these terrible circumstances, Yeonmi's courage and determination never wavered. After years of suffering, they eventually escaped China to South Korea. Yeonmi's journey didn't end there. It transformed into a mission to expose the truth about North Korea and to fight for the rights of those who remain trapped in oppression. Yeonmi's story teaches us that even the most painful experiences can lead to triumph. She has said, "We all have choices to make in life, even when it feels like we have none." Her choice was to use her voice as a force for change. Today, Yeonmi is an internationally recognized advocate for human rights. She has spoken at the United Nations, authored the memoir In Order to Live, and inspired millions with her message of resilience and hope. Her life reminds us that hardships can forge a strength within us that we never knew we had. In my conversations with all different types of women from different parts of the world on Sendy Mom and throughout my life, I have met women of great courage and strength who have dreams, ambitions, and determination to do great things. Oppression is sometimes found in a dictatorship regime, but sometimes we bring it upon ourselves. Yeonmi and Viktor Frankl both answer the question of how can we be free? By indicating we always have a choice in how we respond to the situations around us and to exercise our agency in our thoughts if we have nothing else. A friend of mine, Dr. Lynn Scoresby, teaches, provides therapy, and educates others on human relationships. In a course he taught on having a more positive marriage, he lays out several suggestions for how and where we can feel more free. You can find Dr. Scoresby on firstanswers.com and on the podcast, Do What Matters Most. There are 22 suggestions, and I'm just going to go through a few of them, and I'll include all the others on my website really soon. So the first one is orientation to time. So by enjoying the present and looking forward to the future with optimism, we can truly be free of the feelings of depression from the past. Number 2, provide positive opportunities to others by serving them, by helping someone to feel loved or especially needed. People really want to feel needed, so let's help people to feel like they are. Number 3, occasionally introduce novelty. So choose to do something you might not usually do. Number 4, show moderate risk-taking, a sense of adventure, and planning to achieve. And this really fits with the theme of Sendy Mom. Do something that's really hard and plan to achieve it. Number 5, display commitment by making sacrifices without expecting any reward. Number 6, eliminate self-criticism and excessive worry about what others think. And this can be really hard to do, but it really will free you from the feelings of inadequacy that so many of us have. Number 7, make promises and keep them. Number 8, forgiveness. Bitter resentment really only hurts you. Choose to forgive without condoning the actions, and that will help you to feel free of that resentment. Number 9, express gratitude often. So that is a huge one. Being grateful for what we have. Sometimes I feel bad when I read stories like Yeonmi's, and it's almost like a survivor's guilt or something like that, that you feel that you were so privileged and these other people were not. And I was thinking this morning that maybe what I need to do is just be really grateful for what I have, and then to express love and do whatever I can to help others to feel loved and needed. Number 10 is build new memories that are positive and let the other memories go. I once heard someone say that they look at old pictures and see happy faces, and then she said jokingly that she wished she had some pictures of what happened after the picture was taken, where she was yelling at one of her children, or the house was a mess, or she could record, just so she could record reality. And I thought to myself, I don't want to ignore reality, but I don't want to remember the times when I behaved badly. I want to forget all of that. Those already have a script in my mind that they keep coming back, and that really traps me, and I don't want to have those memories. I want to remember the good things I've done and the times when I've showed up and done something really good. We all have things in our lives that we have done that we regret, that we wish we hadn't done. But just replaying those over and over in our minds does not make us better. The thing that makes us better is remembering the good that we've done and trying to focus on that and trying to replicate it. I think you really become who you believe you are. And the more we remember the good things we've done, the more we can reinforce them, and we're able to make more good memories in the future. Life is messy. I know that, but I don't want to dwell on the mess. I want to dwell on hope that things will get better and that there's a way that we truly all can be free. So as we reflect on Yeonmi's courage, let's ask ourselves, how can we support those who are fighting for freedom? Here are a few ways that you can make a difference. So supporting organizations that aid refugees, groups like Liberty in North Korea, who provide food, shelter, and safe passage for defectors. But then there's also We Are Pact that I've mentioned before that helps sex trafficking survivors. And Dahlia's Hope is another one that helps sex trafficking survivors as well. And there's a host of other great resources that people can donate to help. Amplifying the voices of survivors. So things like this where I'm kind of highlighting Yeonmi's story, go read it and then go talk to people about what you've learned and share those experiences so that we can raise an awareness for people who have gone through this. So Yeonmi said, freedom is fragile, and when we take it for granted, we risk losing it. Her words remind us that our liberty comes with a responsibility to stand up for others. So as we wrap up, I invite you to think about your own challenges. How have they shaped you? What triumphs might still lie ahead? Let Yeonmi's story inspire you to turn your difficulties into stepping stones for growth and impact. Thank you for listening to this bonus episode of the Sendy Mom podcast, and be sure to check the show notes for links to the resources I mentioned today. Let's continue to support courageous women like Yeonmi and work together to create a freer and more compassionate world. So until next time, stay Sendy, stay inspired, and keep chasing your boldest dreams. In the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, do one thing every day that scares you. I'm Becky Brower.